Today's ceremony is an outdoor ceremony, and outdoor protocol should be followed. During the ceremony, there will be several occasions when you will be given cues to stand and be seated at the appropriate times. As a reminder, military members should salute on the first note of musical honors and the national anthem and order arms on the last note of the music. During the national anthem, our civilian guests should place their right hand over their heart. We request cellular phones and other electronic devices be turned off at this time. The ceremony will begin shortly. Thank you. The men and women of the 47th Contracting Squadron, welcome to today's change of command ceremony, in which the reins of responsibility and leadership will be passed from Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Thorne to Major Vanessa Valente. My name is Staff Sergeant Catherine Wells. I am your narrator for today's ceremony. Our presiding official for today's ceremony is Colonel Peter Jew, Commander, 47th Mission Support Group. The flag bearer is Master Sergeant Michael Dorr, Senior Enlisted Leader, 47th Contracting Squadron. At this time, we would like to recognize several special guests attending today's event. Wife of our officiator, Mrs. Sylvia Moon. The members of Lieutenant Colonel Thorne's family, his wife, Miss Tara Thorne, and their children, Gideon and Aurora. The members of Major Valente's family, her mother, Jennifer Fairchild, and her Air Force mom, Cheryl Johnson. We also have in attendance several distinguished visitors. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Colonel Tyler Ellison, 47th Flying Training Wing Commander, and his wife, Mrs. Mindy Ellison. Colonel Jesse Caldwell, 47th Training Wing Deputy Commander. Chief Master Sergeant Eric Garza, 47th Training Wing Command Chief. Chief Master Sergeant Mike Nolan, 47th Mission Support Group Senior Enlisted Leader. Lieutenant Colonel Wesley Wade, Director of Maintenance. Colonel Kelly Vermillion, Laughlin Medical Group Commander. Master Sergeant Andrew Hay, Laughlin Medical Group Senior Enlisted Leader. And our Honorary Squadron Commander, Mr. Enrique Perez. We would also... We also want to take a minute to recognize the hardworking men and women of the 47th Contracting Squadron. Thank you all for joining us on this momentous occasion. Although time does not permit us to recognize each of you, we are pleased to have all of you in attendance to witness this historic event. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of the official party. The presiding official, Commander, 47th Mission Support Group, Colonel Peter Jew, accompanied by Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Thorne and Major Vanessa Valente.
Present the colors.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Right shoulder. Up. Turn. March.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Uli will now deliver the invocation.
Let's humble ourselves and pray. Heavenly Father, today we gather with gratitude and respect as we witness the change of command for the 47th Contracting Squadron. We thank you for the leadership and the faithful service of Lieutenant Colonel Thorne, for the dedication, professionalism, and commitment he has shown throughout his time in command. Thank you for the wisdom, kindness, and the steady leadership that helped keep this squadron strong, united, and mission-focused. He will be remembered for his compassion, innovation, and the positive spirit he brought to this team. As he and his family prepare for new responsibilities in Italy, we ask that your blessings continue to guide, protect, and strengthen them in this next chapter of service. We also ask your blessing upon Major Valente as she assumes command. Grant her wisdom, courage, integrity, and compassion as she leads this squadron and cares for men and women entrusted to her. Bless her family as well and help them find support and friendship within this community. Lord, continue to guide and protect our members of this squadron. Strengthen them in their mission, unite them in teamwork, and bless their service to our nation. May this transition be marked by trust, continuity, and renewed commitment to teamwork and mission success. Guide every decision, inspire every leader, and help all who serve here to work together with mutual respect and a shared purpose. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mrs. Soto, for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem, Chaplain Uli for the invocation, and the Laughlin Honor Guard team for their support. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Commander, 47th Mission Support Group, Colonel Peter Jew.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me in this time-honored military tradition this morning. We have a lot of folks also that are dialing in from many different time zones across the world, so thanks from wherever you're dialing in from for joining us today. Today, we recognize Lieutenant Colonel Matt Thorne's 3 years as our Contracting Squadron Commander as he passes the guidon to Major Vanessa Valente. This marks a new chapter in the squadron's history book. Colonel Ellison, Mindy, Colonel Caldwell, thanks for coming out today, especially as both of you are departing Laughlin shortly, so I know it's a very busy time. Chief Garza, fellow group commanders, and Group SCLs, thanks for attending today as well. Kudos to the team who put this ceremony together. So Captain Ritchie, Sergeant Wells, our base honor guard, Chaplain Newley, Airman Johnson, and a host of others made today's event possible. But special recognition goes to Miss Connie Soto from Lieutenant Colonel Thorne's church for singing our national anthem. Man, that was absolutely amazing. I really hope everyone in Del Rio was able to hear that from here. But really, thank you so much for supporting Matt, his family, and our installation today. Thank you. And Tara, wow. Your husband has done some amazing things for Laughlin, and I know he couldn't have done it without you and your understanding and support. Thanks for being a great command team and allowing Matt to bring the squadron to new heights. Just as I said back in December at his promotion ceremony, you, Gideon, and Aurora all share in his successes, so thank you again. We also have special guests from our inbound commander's side. Major Valente's mother, Miss Jennifer Fairchild. Hello, ma'am. You've made quite the long journey from California to see your daughter reach a major career milestone. It goes without saying, but you should be proud. To be selected to command in our Air Force is a great honor, and it brings with it a huge weight of responsibility, and it is your unwavering support throughout Vanessa's life that has prepared her for this challenge. Welcome to Laughlin, and really thanks for being here. Also visiting from out of town is Vanessa's very close friend, and as we all heard, her Air Force mother. So Cheryl Johnson, thanks again for making that trip. I think you're coming from San Antonio, correct? So a little bit closer than California, but you still had to make that drive, so thank you, ma'am. And I really appreciate the color-coordinated sunglasses, dress, and the shoes. That's awesome. But really, thanks for cheering Vanessa on throughout her career and for being here today. So under Matt's command, the 47th Contracting Squadron has made some remarkable achievements. With a $230 million contract portfolio, this small but mighty team, the Dragons, has kept the 47th Flying Training Wing's day-to-day mission, as we hear the jets flying overhead, that mission going. But not only that, Matt's strategic vision, his drive, and determination have secured the future needs of our installation. He's put into place the appropriate contracting mechanism that meet the challenges of a dynamic resourcing and acquisitions landscape, which postures Laughlin for success years down the road, not just today, such as our ability to receive the next generation trainer aircraft, the T-7A Red Hawk, which represents a $900 million investment for bed down requirements. And to do that, over the last 3 years, Matt pushed his team with a keen eye for resourcing, manning, and more importantly, development. Through his focused leadership lens, he navigated his team through multiple rounds of deferred resignation program, government furloughs and shutdowns, and ever-changing, and of course always very complicated contracting policies. He progressed multiple airmen to unlimited warrants, unheard of in a small base like this. He finally hired someone into a key position that was vacant for 4 years. And in fact, he got the squadron to its highest manning rate in over 35 years. And through those many challenges he had to overcome, Matt led from the front, instilling in his squadron immense unit cohesion, pride, and professionalism. Matt, truly, the Dragons are better following your tenure. You've made a lasting improvement in this squadron during your 3 years, and you have been an absolute powerhouse of a commander. Laughlin. La Dolce Vita awaits you in Naples. It's definitely a welcome follow-on assignment after a job well done in the desert heat of Texas. Not that you would know it today for how nice of a day it is, but you can leave here with your head held high, but also make sure to reflect a bit on all the successes and lessons you learned here while you're sipping on that first tall glass of Italian vino, all right? You're on track for bigger things, I know it, and I'm excited to see where the Air Force takes you. I wish all the best to you, Tara, and the kids. We're all gonna miss you. With that said, change of command ceremonies are always a mixed bag of emotions. While we are sad to see an excellent commander and leader depart our ranks, I am also pleased to welcome Major Vanessa Valente to the Mission Support Group team. Vanessa comes to Laughlin after completing a tour at Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana, where she worked at the Air Force Installation Contracting Center's operating location for Global Strike Command. Throughout her time as a commissioned officer, she's made her way through the contracting world, learning the ropes at Joint Base San Antonio and Los Angeles Space Force Base prior to Barksdale. Furthermore, and you may have caught this, and it's also in the programs, prior to commissioning as a contracting officer, Vanessa first enlisted in our Air Force and was a personnelist, so her roots in mission support run deep. Her experiences from an airman to staff sergeant, then from a second lieutenant to now a major, have led her to this point as she looks to take command of this high-performing team. Vanessa, welcome to Laughlin and to Team XL. I hope by now you realize you're joining a great team. I'm proud of our group and everything that each squadron contributes to make the 47th successful, but specific to contracting, you have the privilege of leading this amazing team. Command comes with heavy responsibilities, so I can't promise you every day will be a good day. In fact, I can guarantee that. But every day, good or bad, will provide you opportunities to learn and grow as a leader and as a human being. I know you'll lead the squadron in your own unique way because we all have our own quirks, good traits and bad, but lead boldly and lead authentically, and your team will rally behind you. I look forward to working with you as we march towards some big milestones on the horizon, and I know your squadron, the Dragons, and the rest of Team XL share in the excitement. For sure, this is a proud day for you because not every officer makes it this far, so savor the moment, but also, your command journey is just beginning. The expectations are high, and we'll be relying on your leadership and your contracting team to advance our wing's mission. So it's game on. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Colonel Jew presents Lieutenant Colonel Thorne the Meritorious Service Medal.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew D. Thorne distinguished himself by meritorious service to the United States as Commander 47th Squadron, 47th Mission Support Group, Flying Training Wing, Laughlin Air Force Base, Texas. During this period, Colonel Thorne commanded 41 military and civilian professionals, directing a $230 million contract portfolio in support of 28 units and 2,800 personnel. Orchestrating a comprehensive reorganization, he aligned acquisition capabilities to support next-generation aircraft integration for the Air Force's $926 million T-7A investment to bed down 63 aircraft, reducing procurement lead times by 10%. Furthermore, Colonel Thorne navigated executive order purchase suspensions by directing on-site contingency support, safeguarding 41,818 sorties that fueled a 34-year high in student graduates, and clinched Laughlin as Education and Training Command's top-performing undergraduate pilot training wing. He also pioneered the installation's first Small Business Industry Day, doubling the local vendor pool to meet future base investment needs. Finally, his relentless focus on organizational health culminated in his unit's highest manning rate in over 30 years. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Lieutenant Colonel Thorne reflect great credit upon himself and the Air Force. and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to present the Commander, 47th Contracting Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Thorne.
Thanks, Sergeant Wells. Thank you, Colonel Jew. Good morning, Team XL. And good morning to my family watching online in California, North Texas, Oklahoma, South Africa. Nice to see you. Hope I see you soon. Hope it's nice to see me, yeah. What can I say? When I took command, I had a full head of hair. But I will say, Colonel Ellison, it's a curious coincidence that I was able to keep that full head of hair for the first year of my command until about 2 years ago. No, thanks for being here today, sir. Mindy, Colonel Caldwell, Chief Garza, Colonel Vermillion, Colonel Wade, thanks all for being here, Chief. Chiefs, SELs, fellow squadron commanders, thanks for being here today and taking the time out of your day. I also want to thank Honor Guard. Thank you so much. I'm glad Airman Cooper, thanks for being a part of that today, and Sergeant Norman, and Chaplain, thank you for that awesome invocation. Yeah, thank you. Connie, one more time, that was incredible. Thank you. Tara and I will miss you and JR. Colonel Jew, thank you, sir, for your kind words and for your leadership over the past year. You have made a huge difference in the MSG in the past year, and I'm really grateful I had the opportunity to serve with you. And Captain Ritchie, thank you so much for all your efforts to make this day come together, as well as all that you've brought to the Dragons over the past year and a half, 2 years. I'm really grateful to have had the privilege to have you in the squadron with us, so thank you. Sergeant Wells, thanks for emceeing today. Airman Johnson, thanks for proffering, looking sharp. And Mike, thanks for holding the flag as one of your last official duties in the Air Force. Congrats again on your retirement. Yeah. All right. As I reflected on the course of events that brought me to this day, from the time I was a little boy in South Africa to now, don't worry, I won't go through the whole history. It won't take that long. But I would say that looking at my life, it's highly unlikely, improbable, maybe you might even say impossible, that I would become the Contracting Squadron commander here at Laughlin Air Force Base. In fact, if I was to rewind even to just 4 years ago, when the command selection for this assignment should have been made, I don't think anyone would have considered it a possibility that I would be taking command here at Laughlin. In fact, no one should have been taking command in 2023. The position wasn't even open, right? The previous commander had only been here 1 year, and she had to leave in a unexpected manner. And so this position was not even projected to be vacant, which is why it had not been advertised and the possibility, as a possibility during the normal cycle. In addition, due to some of the mandates that were going on about that time, that didn't align with my personal convictions, I'd been removed from consideration for command. And so by an objective view, it would not be hard to conclude that this specific assignment at this specific time was actually divinely appointed. And with that in mind, I have consistently reminded myself that this assignment was not just another job. It was not just another box to check to earn a promotion, nor was it a burden, but I was here for a reason. For those of you that were around in 2023, most of the civilians in the squadron, I think you would agree that it would be easy to say that the squadron was that assignment, right? And I was here to be the instrument to kind of bring development. And while that may be partly true, the bigger truth is that the role of being the Dragon's commander has actually been the instrument to develop me. I needed development in my leadership. I needed development in my patience, in my compassion, in my perspective, and in my capacity to show love. And the 47th Contracting Squadron helped to produce that in me. Not that I've arrived, I still have plenty of room to grow. But I'm confident that I'm leaving Laughlin as a better leader, as a better husband, a better father than when I started. And my hope and my belief is that this was not a one-way exchange, but I am leaving the Dragons equally better than when I arrived. I'm bold enough to say that in addition to believing that my family's time here at Laughlin was appointed by God, I also believe that God never gives us an assignment that we can be successful in without Him, because He's always in the business of bringing us closer in relationship to Him. And without the help of the Holy Spirit, I absolutely would have failed in my job here, spectacularly. So for any success that I've had over the past 3 years, I give credit to God first. And secondly, I would have failed in almost every aspect of leadership and command without my amazing wife. She has endured the challenges of command in Del Rio with more grace and wisdom than I ever could have expected. And everything good that has my name associated with it over the past 3 years, credit it to her account. She even helped me come up with Dragon Ball, guys. She helped me to have patience, compassion, love, and endurance to make this assignment impactful. Thank you, babe. I love you. Gideon and Aurora, you guys are amazing kiddos. Thank you for being mine. This assignment has actually been the longest our children have ever been anywhere in the world. Laughlin and Del Rio have been formative in their development, and I'm so grateful that we've been here for the past 3 years. This community has helped to develop resilience, patience, friendship, and a love of our nation into our children. Gideon and Aurora, I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so excited to travel all over Europe with you in the next assignment. Finally, to the men and women of the Dragons. I won't repeat all that I said at the farewell we had last week, but I will say thank you one more time. Thank you for being the best squadron I could have asked to command. Thank you for being the instrument that has made me a better leader, a better husband, a better father, and a better airman than I was when I started. I ask that you do the same for Major Valente as she takes command. She will make mistakes, just as I did. There's no perfect commander. But just as you gave me the grace and the space to sharpen my leadership, I ask that you do the same for her. Also, keep on winning those warrior challenges and MSG challenges, and show this base who the real champions are. I'll never forget my time with the Dragons, but the time has come for us to go. So we love you all, and God bless.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Thorne. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Thorne will now receive his final salute as commander of the 47th Contracting Squadron. The salute is rendered by Captain Stephanie Ritchie on behalf of the 47 Cons Dragons. The change of command ceremony takes its roots back in time to the legions of ancient Rome, when the passing of signets in front of the troops symbolized the transfer of command from one individual to another. The ceremony is one that recognizes both continuity and change. Continuity in the form of upholding military traditions that have existed for centuries, and change as the squadron bids a fond farewell to an honored leader and welcomes his successor. Throughout military history, troops often carried staffs or unit colors into battle that identified them as a unit and also marked the position of their commander, who is often at the forward edge of the battlefield. In more recent times, the unit colors represent not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its troops. The unit colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibilities to that organization. Additionally, the passing of the unit colors represents the transfer of authority and responsibility of the unit from one commander to another. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the 47th Contracting Squadron change of command.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Under the provision of the Air Force Instruction 51-604, effective 27 May 2026, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew D. Thorne relinquishes command of the 47th Contracting Squadron, Laughlin Air Force Base, Texas.
Sir, I relinquish command.
And effective 27 May 2026, Major Vanessa A. Valente assumes command of the 47th Contracting Squadron, Laughlin Air Force Base, Texas. Thank you, Colonel Ju and Lieutenant Colonel Thorne. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you for the very first time the Commander, 47th Contracting Squadron, Major Vanessa Valente.
I appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning, friends and family watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so sorry you couldn't be here, but I'm really, really happy that you were able to join me for this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely happy to be here. Thank you so much, Captain Ritchie, for putting this on, the Honor Guard leadership. Thank you so much for attending. Very meaningful for me. Team, thank you so much for doing this. Colonel Ju, distinguished guests, and the powerhouse team of the 47th Contracting Squadron. Sir, thank you for making the source selection and for the incredible trust that you've placed in me. I promise to be the best value for this wing. To Lieutenant Colonel Thorne, they say a good commander leaves a squadron better than how they found it. And after seeing the team that you've built and the reputation for excellence that you've forged, it's very clear that I have some large shoes to fill. Your leadership, your partnership was essential during this transition. Thank you for not leaving any ticking time bombs in the budget. I wish you and your family nothing but success. To the men and women of the 47th Contracting Squadron, hello. For the past few weeks, I've been doing my market research on you, and let me tell you, the reviews are outstanding. You are the economic engine of this installation, the professional problem solvers, and the team that translates ideas into action. Without you, the mission doesn't happen. The jets don't fly, the dorms don't get fixed, and the lights don't stay on. You are the quiet professionals making everything happen behind the scenes, and I couldn't be more excited to be on your team. So what are my terms and conditions? What can you expect from me? I believe it comes down to a simple contract between us, built on 3 core clauses. Clause 1, our people. My commitment to you is unwavering. You are the most valuable asset in this squadron. I will work to ensure that you have what you need to thrive, not just survive, both professionally and personally. I will clear obstacles and I will champion your successes. I will foster an environment where you feel empowered and trusted. And the bottom line is this: I work for you. Clause 2, our craft. We are masters of a complex and critical trade. We will continue to be the smartest business advisors on this installation. We will be relentless in our pursuit of excellence, embrace innovation, and never be afraid to challenge the status quo to get a better deal for the taxpayer and a better result for the warfighter. We will be creative, compliant, and courageous. Clause 3, our promise. Our promise is to our mission partners and to ourselves. We will be a squadron known for its integrity, its positive attitude, and the ability to get the job done no matter what the challenge. We'll take immense pride in the patch on our sleeve, and we'll celebrate our wins, big and small. And we'll have some fun along the way. That's not optional, that's a requirement. And to our families, thank you so much for your support. You bear the hidden cost of service, and your sacrifices do not go unnoticed. You are a critical part of the squadron family. Mom, you are everything. You support me in everything that I do. You are always there for me. You are my wisdom, my knowledge, my heart. You are the love of my life, my absolute soulmate. I cherish you. And you have encouraged me, and I absolutely would not be here today without you standing by my side. And I've taken your advice, and it's led me to this moment. And so that's just a testament of your leadership. And to my Air Force mom, you have absolutely taken care of me since the day you met me. I love you. I need you in my life. You support everything that I do. And no matter how much time passes, I can always call you and lean on you for support. You let me come stay with you whenever I need it. And I just cherish you and Curtis. And so thank you so much for being here for me. You are a critical part of my success as well. So today I'm not here with a 100-day plan. My plan for the next 100 days is to listen, to learn from you, and understand how I can best serve this team. My door is open, my coffee pot is on, and I am ready to get to work. Thank you for the warm welcome. It's time to close this deal. I am incredibly proud to be the new commander of the 47th Contracting Squadron.
On behalf of the 47th Contracting Squadron, Captain Ritchie will now welcome their new commander with the first salute. The men and women of the 47th Contracting Squadron are proud to have served with Lieutenant Colonel Thorne and wish the Thorne family good luck in their new assignment at NATO in Naples, Italy. We also welcome Major Valente as she assumes her new duties as Commander, 47th Contracting Squadron. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. At 'em now, give 'em the gun. Down we dive, smiling our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, go down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please join Major Valente up front for a receiving line and join us all at XL Landings for a reception to welcome Major Valente to Team XL. Thank you for attending, and we wish you all a great day.